Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dave McRae here. I know I haven't been on my channel a lot over the last couple of weeks, but that's just because I've been so busy. As you guys know, I just got done shooting Dylan's New Nightmare. I am currently neck deep in development on It's Me, Billy Chapter 2 right now, so there's a lot going on with that. So things have just been very busy. However, it is never too busy. I am never too busy to talk Indiana Jones, and I'm certainly never too busy to talk my favorite actor of all time, Harrison Ford, and I am certainly never too busy to talk Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones together. I mean, come on. So let's jump into it. Okay, so yes, yesterday, as of shooting this video, we got our first look by the way of a teaser trailer, although they did show a lot, but it was still a teaser. A teaser trailer for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. This comes out on June the 30th of next year. This is Harrison Ford's last outing as Indiana Jones. This is John Williams' last movie he will ever score. This will likely be Harrison Ford's last outing in any sort of action role, certainly leading action role. I mean, this is the end of an era on a lot of fronts. Harrison Ford is one of the great legendary Hollywood movie stars, and I don't mean legendary in the way that the word is tossed around so fucking loosely nowadays. I mean bona fide, real legend. I'm talking about Clark Gable, Humphrey Bogart, that kind of shit. He is a modern version of like, you know, those two actors for our generation. He is a bona fide Hollywood icon, cultural icon, and legend. And, you know, to go and see his last go around as one of the most iconic characters in cinematic history with the greatest cinematic composer in cinematic history, you know, it's a big fucking deal. It's a big fucking deal before we even get a chance to see the movie. So on that front, it's like, wow, this is big. This is heavy. As Marty McFly would say. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Why is everything so heavy in the future? Is there something wrong with the Earth's gravitational pull? I fucking love that line. Anyway, clearly, because I know it. But yeah, so let's talk about the title. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is what this movie is called. And first of all, I don't mind the title. I don't mind it. I mean, it's inevitable that whenever there's a title that's released for like Star Wars or something or Indiana Jones, there's always like this worry, oh, what's the title going to be? What's the title going to be? And it's inevitable, no matter how good the title is. You know, there's certain people online, I don't really like it. And usually it's just that you're not used to it and you got to get used to it. The Dial of Destiny sounds like an Indiana Jones movie. I mean, if social media existed in 1984, you'd have people going, the Temple of Doom. You know what I mean? It sounds like an Indiana Jones movie. The Dial of Destiny, the Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade, Raiders of the Lost Ark. The only one that is really wordy is The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's just like one or two words a little too much, I think. But even that, like at the end of the day, is very Indiana Jones sounding. But the Dial of Destiny, I heard it. I was like, okay, the Dial of Destiny. Okay, it's new. Not used to it. The Dial of Destiny. Okay, cool. Yep. No, I'm in. Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm used to it. Okay, I'm in. I'm intrigued about what the Dial of Destiny is. Obviously, in the teaser, we see some, we see Harrison Ford de-aged or deep-faked or whatever they use. Like, it's fucking amazing. He looks, that one shot of him when the bag is taken off his head, and I mean it literally looks like Harrison Ford in 1981. Excuse me, my voice is cracking. I'm Marty McFly. It literally looks like Harrison Ford in 1981. It's like, what the fuck? It's outstanding. Some of the best de-aging or deepfake or whatever they did there I've ever seen. And I thought the trailer overall was fine. I thought it's exactly what I expected it to be, right? It touched on the nostalgia. It pulled on the heartstrings. To see Sala back, that's awesome. I've heard some rumors that Karen Allen is in the movie as Marion, from some credible sort of people that cover this shit. I'm guessing that maybe she'll pop in like at the end of the movie, because if you notice in a lot of the promotional material and even in a couple of shots in the trailer, if you go through it frame by frame like us nerdy sweaty fucking nerds do, Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, has a wedding ring on his wedding finger. So my guess is he's probably still married to Marion, and maybe she'll pop in at the end or something in like some sort of epilogue or something. I don't know. But anyway, overall, satisfied with it, really enjoyed it. I mean, it looks like it's modern. I mean, it's modern. And this is where I want to talk about this. So, one of the things I saw online, I saw not a lot of people, but certainly a fair amount of people making blanket statements like, I thought the CGI was crap. The CGI is terrible. The CGI looks awful. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, is that what they really mean? Because the CGI looks phenomenal. It is state-of-the-art industrial light and magic. It looks just as good as a Marvel movie or a Star Wars movie. I mean, it is state-of-the-art shit. The only shot that I thought looked wonky was the shot at the parade with the stunt guy on the horse, and they've composited Harrison Ford's face on the stunt guy. That looked a little wonky. Now, hopefully, maybe they'll go in and do some tweaking in between now and June 30th. There's a lot of time to do that. And maybe by the time we see the movie, we'll be like, oh, yeah, no, that's not bad. That's fine. It's fine. Like maybe it's, yeah, no, that's fine. It's fine. But that was the only part where I thought the CGI looked bad or, you know, less than maybe what it should be. But beyond that, the CGI looks phenomenal. It's state-of-the-art industrial light and magic. What I think people might mean when they say that, and I'm speculating here, I mean, you know, but is that there's a lot of CGI. And to be fair, we're not used to that. It was one of the big complaints from Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, was the heavy use and lean into CGI. Indiana Jones, we are so used to that trilogy from the 1980s, and it's also a series based on the 1930s swashbuckling serials. And they were movies made in the 80s where practical effects and practical locations and all that were still being used. So you watch Raiders and Temple and Last Crusade, and there is a gritty, real world, you know, feel to it, right? And almost like it is the 1930s, even though the production value is, you know, the 1980s. Where you jump into modern times with modern, you know, filmmaking and the modern tools at our disposal, and you set a movie in the 30s or in the 50s, I guess, in the way of Crystal Skull, and now in the 60s with the Dial of Destiny. I can understand how the modern CGI might be a bit strange. Like I understand it on that level. And I think maybe that's what people mean, is that, oh, Indiana Jones isn't supposed to be like this. There's not supposed to be this much CGI. But the CGI that there is looks phenomenal. Like the quality of the CGI is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't look bad. It looks phenomenal. If this wasn't an Indiana Jones movie, I don't think anybody would be like, well, the CGI looks like shit. Except for that one shot. Anybody who says, yeah, that one shot, I'm like, yeah, I get it. Totally. I thought the same thing. But to just make a blanket statement and say the CGI is awful, I categorically disagree. It's state-of-the-art industrial light and magic, but there is a lot of it. And that is, I'm not going to say I'm worried, but I'm going to say I'm, you know, I've noted it. I've put it in the back of my head as a note and kind of go, okay. But what gives me hope is you have James Mangold as the director. And if you want to go based on probability alone, this movie's going to be a banger. Now, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have films that are like, you know, it's okay. But I mean, Ford v. Ferrari, Copland, Logan, 310 to Yuma. I mean, the guy is a great director. And he has the cred to kind of say, you know, or to make us fans go, well, the probability is very high that this is going to be a really good film. And from everything I'm reading about how they're tackling Harrison Ford's age, it's not about making dumb age jokes or anything. They're tying it into the narrative, and apparently it's a very emotional film, but it's funny and it's action packed, and it's got a lot of things, according to the Empire article from last week, I think it was. I read that and I thought, yeah, I mean, again, they're saying all the right things. It sounds good. You know, it's a teaser. It's a teaser. There's a lot of quick cuts of a lot of flashy CGI. And without context and without the breathing room of the narrative and all the in-between character moments, without all that, and with just the flashes of the CGI in the teaser, I can understand how you might go, oh, there's a lot of CGI. But within the context of the movie and, you know, the character moments and the character development and the breathing room, it might not be that bad. This is James Mangold. In James Mangold, I trust. And from what I see, I like what I see. I like what I see. I'm like, that I want to see this. This looks and feels like Indiana Jones. And I want to see it. It's just that one shot. That one shot, I was like, just work on that one shot. You know, because it did look a little, the uncanny valley was very present, let's just say. But other than that, I mean, his fucking deep fake de-aging when the bag came off, holy shit, come on. Like, come on. Holy shit. That shot of him on like I don't know where he was. I think he was on a train or something, and he turned around. He's in like the jacket and the hat. He looks like he's 50 years younger. Come on. It's amazing. Now, again, we got to see, you know, how does it look if he talks? How does it look when he's moving through the space or he's making eye contact with people, right? In those two little glimpses, we're like, oh my God, that looks amazing. But how does it look, you know, like how he's speaking or moving through the space and things like that? That's a bit different, because it might look great in like 2-second sort of, you know, punches. But then if there's like a 5-minute scene that plays out where he's like that, we might go, yeah, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. But from what I've seen, I love it. It looks really good. I'm in. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, James Mangold, Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford's last outing as Indiana Jones, probably his last outing in an action-oriented role. I mean, one of the great Hollywood legendary titans and icons. John Williams, the greatest cinematic composer in movie history. His last outing. I'm in, man. I'm there June 30th. Anyways, folks, my name's Dave McRae. Comment below and let me know your thoughts on what you thought of the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny teaser trailer. Let me know if you're a big Indiana Jones fan, what your favorite Indiana Jones movie is, and whether or not maybe you're a big Harrison Ford fan or not. I don't know. But for me, I'm excited, man. All right, that's going to do it for me. If you want to follow me on social media, all my links are in the description. Check them out until your heart's content. And when your heart is content, check them out again. In the meantime and in between time, I will talk to you soon. Kind of sound like Jeff Goldblum. Yes, I think, yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Alrighty. Cheers.